You know, Philly is bad when you go to a place in Philly and you see needles everywhere. We went there to minister to the homeless because God told us to do so. And quite frankly, I wasn't expecting what I saw.
So today
This is what I saw today. It was really profound.
The number one thing that I saw is needles. I was seeing needles everywhere. Just shooting. I don't know if it was cocaine or I wasn't even sure what it was, but just needles everywhere. And then one of the things that when we were speaking to people appreciate that we give them Bibles. They love the gloves, they love the beanies, they love the other thing that we gave them, but there was surprisingly a bigger appreciation for Bibles.
It was a very emotional day for me. I'm used to seeing people homeless, but not at that magnitude, and not people out openly just injecting themselves with drugs. It was just a first sight for me, and it was very emotional because I thought of it in the perspective of, we all were babies at one point. We all were like innocent, and it's like, how do you go from being an innocent baby into being out on the streets and addicted to drugs? Like, there's something that had to happen, and just to know that can happen to anyone.
I think something that was really empowering for me was seeing so much people want to receive God and receive Jesus into their life. One thing that really touched me was this man. We gave a Bible to him, we ministered to him. Me and Savannah, we went and ministered somewhere else. We came back like 5 minutes later in that area. He was there reading the Bible, opening it, following it. He was closing it and putting a marking on it so he knew where he left out. And I thought that was super powerful because though we gave him the beanie, though we gave him the socks, one thing that he really took was the Bible.
most of the people that I encountered today were actually very gentle souls in just bad situations. And a lot of times they don't want to live that way. They don't want to be in the situation that they're in. But it was one bad decision that they made a while back. And because of that, they are in the position they're in. So I think it's so important to show them that you do care and that they are human, because these people are still family members. They do still think about their family. They still do think about having a hope in a future. And I think whenever we go and we minister to them and we really show them the love of God, it gives them that sense of hope that they probably haven't felt in a long time.
The groups that I came to, it was a group of men, and they were actually doing a drug deal, but they stopped everything. They put all of their drugs down, they put all of the needles down, just so they could listen to what I had to say. And so one of the men came up to me and he asked, like, can I have some gloves? And I was like, yes, of course. And so I gave him gloves, I gave him everything. I started ministering to him, and he started bringing his friends so that they could all hear what I had to say. And I just started praying over every single one of them. And as I left, their faces started to glow with happiness because I heard the word of God, and it just was beautiful to see.
Well, it's just amazing what God is doing here. People are very receptive, and they really appreciate that we just stop by, even at night like this, to give them a pair of gloves, a hat, a few other things. So it doesn't really take much just to bless someone. People are really grateful, and God, you can see the love of God. They appreciate. Many people are praying, they're crying. You see women, you see men crying, just asking that God change their life. Let me tell you something, God can change their life. God can change the life. I've seen God change the life of people, even in a worse situation, simply because they trust the Lord. And then the next thing you know, their life is totally transformed. But it took someone to come, someone to go and tell them that Jesus loved them, and to prove it with act of kindness. And then they took it. And now God is using them to transform other people's lives. Let God use you.